Use my code PAY10 to get 10% off your next order of Advanced GG. In today's Destiny 2 Heresy video, the Exalted Truth Hand Cannon has returned in Trials of Osiris. Trials has been revamped, super easy to go to the lighthouse and get into depth. Highly suggest you get in there. Look at all the loot that you get. How much loot do you get with a 7-win streak as a solo player? Oh my god! So much loot. Is this hand cannon worth going for in PvP? And I'm also going to be talking about a perk combination that is actually pretty S tier in PvE that you might not expect. So before we get into this video, 91% of you guys watching my content aren't subscribed. Do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to stay up to date with Destiny 2. And with that being said, let's get into it.
Yo, it's time to subscribe to Paid to Be Famous. What are you doing?
Subscribe to Paid to Be Famous.
Subscribe to Paid to Be Famous. Like the video. Come on.
Hell
you know the drill.
Button.
And slap that like button.
So the Exalted Truth Hand Cannon is a legendary void hand cannon. It's an adaptive frame, fires at 140 rounds per minute. At base in the Crucible, that means this has a 0.87 optimal TTK requiring 3 crits, which is pretty good all around. And if we compare this to some other 140s we have in the game, as you can see, we have the old Palindrome, we have the ever popular Rose Hand Cannon, we also have the Luna's Howl. The Exalted Truth does have the best range and stability, but unfortunately it does have the lowest aim assist all around out of all these hand cannons. I don't know if you guys remember, but when this Exalted Truth first was released, everybody glazed it, said it was the best hand cannon in the game, and then a couple weeks later, nobody was using it. And I do believe that's because of the low aim assist stat. The lower the aim assist, the harder it is to snag those crits. And these other hand cannons we have right here are all just going to have an easier time snagging those crits. But that's not to say that the Exalted Truth is complete trash. It is very good, and it's because of some of the perks that it rolls with. Now, this does have 3 basic origin traits that you can choose from. Alacrity, gain increased reload, stability, and aim assist and range when you're the last living member on your fire team. You have 1 Quiet Moment, grants increased reload speed and handling when out of combat. And you have Suros Energy, reloading grants this weapon bonus handling and reduces incoming flinch for a short time. This origin trait, Suros Synergy, is going to be my top pick. I basically use this one all the time, but Alacrity is good if you guys are playing like Comp or Trials of Osiris. It really could help you out. Now, getting into that first column of trait perks, you have Withering Gaze, Keep Away, Lone Wolf, Moving Target, Zen Moment, Destabilizing Rounds, and Slide Shot. Keep Away is always good on a hand cannon, increases range accuracy and reload whenever an enemy is not within 15 meters. Going to give you 10 range, 30 reload speed, and decreases the accuracy cone growth by 5%. Super good perk to have. Lone Wolf is also good for that increase to aim assist, which remember how I said this one has the lowest base aim assist, so bumping it up is definitely going to help you out. It slightly improves aim assist, aim down sight speeds, and airborne effectiveness, and it increases the effects when there are no nearby allies. Passively grants 10 aim assist, 10 airborne effectiveness, and a 0.9 times ADS duration multiplier, and these stats are doubled if you don't have any allies within 15 meters. Moving Target also increases the aim assist, but it only gives you 10 aim assist, whereas Lone Wolf just always gives you 10 aim assist, and then it gets doubled. So I would definitely skip on Moving Target. Zen Moment is also really good, causing damage with this weapon, reduces recoil and flinch over time, reduces visual weapon shake by 15%, reduces reticle balance by 15%, and grants you flinch resistance. Super good perk to have on here. You also have Destabilizing Rounds. This recently got buffed with Heresy. Really good perk to have. Whenever you defeat a target, it's going to create a void burst, hitting other targets with this burst makes them volatile and grants you volatile rounds for about 4.5 seconds. Very good perk, but it's more aimed towards PvE. Then we also have Slide Shots. Sliding partially reloads this weapon's magazine and temporarily boosts range and stability. This is going to bump up your range and stability by 20 points, and it's going to last for about 2.5 seconds after the slide. So if we click on Slide Shot here, it really does bump up those stats. Now in the second column, we have One for All, Repulsor Brace, Eye of the Storm, Demoralize, Mag Howl, Opening Shot, and Precision Instrument. One for All, more of a PvE perk. When you hit 3 separate targets, is going to grant you a 35% increase to damage. If you guys like damage perks in PvE, definitely go for One for All. You also have Repulsor Brace, defeating a void debuff target grants an overshield. You have Eye of the Storm, very good for 1v1s and dueling players in the Crucible. This weapon will become more accurate and boost handling as your health gets lower. Going to give you 30 handling, 40% decreased accuracy cone size, and 17% decreased accuracy cone growth. This perk is really going to help you guys out in those 1v1s in Crucible. We also have demoralize. Precision final blows cause nearby targets to become weakened. So this is kind of like destabilizing rounds, but instead of spreading volatile, you're gonna spread that weakened effect. We also have magnificent howl on here. The number of precision final blows before reloading affects the total rounds granted with increased range and damage. Precision final blows with magnificent howl active extend the effect for additional rounds. This is one of those high risk, high reward stats. So if you guys are super accurate and don't have any problems landing crit shots, and they have to be crit shot final blows, keep in mind, mag howl's definitely a good perk. But if you're not getting those precision final blows, this perk is essentially useless, so do keep that in mind. Then we have the tried and true opening shot, improved accuracy and range on the opening shot of an attack. So your first shot is going to give you 20 aim assist and 25 range, 5% decreased accuracy cone size, 10% decreased accuracy cone growth, and there is a 3-second cooldown on this. Then we have precision instrument. Dealing sustained damage increases precision damage, and this can stack up to 6 times. Now even at a 6-time stack, this isn't really going to lower the TTK, but it will lower the amount of crit shots. At just 3 shots of precision instrument, you'll only need 2 heads and 1 body to down a guardian in 0.87 seconds, and it'll just increase the range of this hand cannon overall just a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. So guardians, what is the god roll for PvP? I'm gonna say go with hammer forged rifling to increase the range by 10. Of course, we want accurized rounds to increase the range by another 10. Then we have got slide shot to increase range and stability every time we slide. Then I would say go with precision instrument just to make this hand cannon more reliable at longer ranges. Then if you get a range masterwork, that will put it all the way at 100 range, and you can go with an adept stability mod and you will have 100 range and 100 stability, making this hand cannon feel really good when you shoot it. And then when you go to your armor mods, you can put on 2 void targeting mods on your helmet, and that will bump up your aim assist to 80. And that, my friends, is going to make this hand cannon feel really good. But just because you get this hand cannon in PvP doesn't mean that it's not S tier in PvE. If we take a look at the Withering Gaze trait, aiming this weapon for a short period of time without firing grants the ability to weaken the next target, and the timer resets after firing or when you stop aiming down sights. And you can pair that with Demoralize, which states that precision final blows cause nearby targets to become weakened. So we have 2 perks right here that are going to weaken enemies. And when you pair this with your Void Hunter, the Stylus Executioner Void Aspect states that defeating a weakened target grants invisibility and true sight. That goes perfectly with the On the Prowl Void Aspect, which states that entering invisibility marks a nearby combatant as a priority target for you and your team. Defeating priority targets creates a weakening cloud of smoke that makes you and allies invisible when passing through it. You're literally going to be invisible at all times, because if you can't get a precision final blow on an enemy to make them weak with Demoralize, all you got to do is just aim down sights for 1.5 seconds with your hand cannon. That will also weaken them, and this works on any target, even raid bosses. You can give them that weaken effect so you guys do more damage to them. And you guys might be thinking, why not go with destabilizing rounds? Well, there's some artifact perks this season that give you destabilizing rounds, and there's also a void fragment that can give you destabilizing rounds. So this isn't really necessary, but having that double weakened effect, as you can see in the background gameplay, I'm going invisible at all times. Super fun to do, and it helps keep you alive in that nether activity. So for that PvE God roll, I would suggest go with like small bore, appended mag for more in the magazine, withering gaze, demoralize, reload speed masterwork, and an adept weapon mod. But Guardians, those are just my opinion. Let me know down in the comments, what role are you chasing on the Exalted Truth? Have you guys been playing Trials? How are you guys liking the new revamp? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Follow me over on Twitch for the live streams, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.